Korea had made the headlines even before getting on the plane to Australia. When they announced a team list without some of their big names, many observers were surprised at the bold choice in selecting young debutants to a major event. Everyone thought that it was a weak Korean side that arrived in the Gold Coast.
As
the tournament progressed, the players started to perform better. We then began to set higher goals. The players and coaching staff also had very good chemistry. The camaraderie in the team resulted in us reaching the finals and eventually winning the title.
In the group stage, Korea cruised past the Russians, but lost narrowly to Chinese Taipei. The defeat proved costly as they missed out on a seeding position in the knockout stage draw.
Unfortunately, we lost our match against Chinese Taipei in the group stage. In a way, that taught us a good lesson. We learned from it and not to let expectations weigh us down and lose focus. When we found out that we were drawn against Chinese Taipei for the second time, we all said, let's not lose again. We were determined not to repeat our mistakes and to make sure we stay focused. It drove us to win. After all, we are a strong team as well.
Facing group rivals Chinese Taipei once again in the quarterfinals, Korea knew they were handed a second chance to get it right. With the men's doubles team still in its experimental stage, the coaches put scratch pairing Choi Sol-gyu and So Sung-jae up to the challenge, and they did not disappoint. The young duo upset Chinese Taipei's #1 pair, Lee Jae-hui and Lee Yang, in a 3-game thriller to put Korea 1-up.
Choi So-gyu already had some experience in the national team and is attacking-minded. So Sung-jae is a left-hander. He is quick and good with attacks. These two worked well together. They were better than I expected them to be once the match started. They were eager to win, and that led them to a good result.
But world #1 Tai Tzu-ying overpowered Sung Ji-hyun in the following women's singles match. And both sides were level. Tension was building in both camps when men's singles players Son Wan-ho and Cho Tien-chun took to the court. It was a fierce battle between the two elite players, and the match went down to the wire in the decider.
Has gone long. There's a challenge. There's a challenging. The tension is almost unbearable.
I was trailing 19-20, and I was thinking. Cho seemed absolutely convinced that it was out of the line and began to celebrate. The line judge also made the decision that it was an out, but I disagree.
라인 저지도 이제 아웃이라고.
It was in. Unbelievable.
Son was given a lifeline, and the race to the finish was not for the faint-hearted, with the lead exchanging hands over the next few points.
I trusted the player, but of course there were nerve-wracking moments in the match. Sitting on the coach's bench with head coach Kang, my hands were sweating. My heart was pounding. Well, I guess it's what coaches signed up for.
Son showed great composure at the end to take Korea ahead.
It's gone long. And the world #1, Son Wan-ho survives a thriller.
In the driving seat at 2-1, Korea's world #3 women's doubles pair Chang Ye-na and Lee So-hee then sealed the deal and sent Korea into the last 4. And the Koreans were up against the surprise package of the tournament so far, Thailand, who shocked Denmark to progress into the semi-finals.
Both Thailand and Denmark were strong candidates to win the tournament. Thailand were great against the Danes. We thought we would have a good shot against the Thais. They were in great form. Their players have been performing well throughout, but the team was also made up of many young players with not many years of experience. As long as we kept our pace and game plan, we thought we could win.
경기에 임했던 것 같아요.
But it was the Thais who drew first blood. Young mixed doubles pair Choi Sol-gyu and Chae Yu-jung lost in straight games to Thailand's dynamic duo Dechapol Provoranokro and Sapsiri Terattanachai. Korea counted on their most senior player to break the Southeast Asians' momentum, and it was no easy task. The match stretched to a final game before Son Wan-ho allowed Korea a breather.
Victory is a great feeling, but this was a team competition which made it more special.
성 때문에 이런 마음이 됐어요.
Korea were one step closer to the final after men's doubles pair Choi Sol-gyu and So Sung-jae pulled off a clinical victory against Bodin Isara and Dechapol Provoranokro. 2-1 up, and Song Ji-hyun stepped on the court against Thailand's #1 Ratchanok Intanon. And the Seoul-born right-hander was out to prove that she would stay on course under pressure. And she did, taking her country to their 8th Sudirman Cup final.
We were happy to defeat the Thais 3-1. I also felt very good to have helped my team reach the final. Against Ratchanok, I told myself I have to keep my concentration and stay focused throughout the match. My teammates supported me all the way. The cheering from them at the end of the match was a great feeling as well.
Korea had got one hand on the trophy and were headed to the final day of competition to face 10-time champions, China.